Hey, 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 Kinsey Shae here. I just wanted to pop on and do a daily reset with you all. And I'm still on my journey and I'm in yet another Airbnb. And the card that came up today, and this is a practice that I did during my recovery and I still do. But every day I take a moment to just reflect, observe, become aware of my essence and my truth. No judgment. Reserve the judgment on yourself because that, if it comes up, if you get triggered, it's a sacred invitation to learn about yourself. So embrace it, okay? But the card that I got is cracked open. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. And it says, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. So how many of you, where you just feel like it could never get any worse, and why does things keep happening to me? And you get in this cycle of the same things, same bad things keep on happening. Just think about that moment as I read through Rebecca Campbell's Starseed. It gives you a little bit of context on the card. So it says, don't let the weight and density of the world squash your tender spirit. Instead, let it call even more of it home into your body. At the center front of your life, it's through the extreme pressure of life that diamonds are cultivated. It's when things are their darkest that we cultivate proper faith in our light to ignite. It's through the crumbling that we can allow our wounds to be alchemized. Let your pain, sorrow, and losses make you, not break you. Let life alchemize your tragedy into gold. Be open to be cracked open, wide open. It's the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds, and in a way we could only dream were possible. But first, they have to crack us open. Sometimes it hurts like hell. It's nature's way. Whether you let it happen or not, it's going to happen. So surrender to the process. It's how the light gets in. When your heart cracks open, a space is created for your soul to fully enter. When your soul cracks open, a space is created for the grace of the Holy Spirit to enter. Let your trials, your sorrows, your pain, and your losses transform you into more and more of yourself. Stay open to the possibilities that your tragedies or losses or your sorrows and your hurt happen for you, not to you. Bless the things that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. Surrender to the alchemy of life. So my personal reflection on what has said is, when in 2018, I thought I was successful. I was a travel nurse and I was going all around and I was living my life. And one fateful August 6th day, I was broken. I was in a car accident. I was literally roadkill. I almost lost my arm, almost lost my life, and ended up in a wheelchair. Many doctors told me I would never work again, never walk normally again. And they couldn't tell me if they could save my arm, but they would try. In that moment, my life as I knew it crumbled. It broke me wide open. I ugly cried, you all, till I couldn't cry anymore. And then I finally surrendered to the process. And I anchored and moved towards what I wanted. And that was to walk and make a difference in other people's lives and help people transition in a new way of living, transition from the job of nursing and serving others to transitioning to serving yourself. Or military, you're always serving the country. But when it's time to transition into civilian life, it can be trying because all of your programming, all of your conditioning, it doesn't give you that way of thinking. So it's hard to transition into a new way. I'm happy to say that I'm walking now. I have my arm. And the reason that I have this is I allowed myself to surrender to the possibilities and to believe in my essence and my truth and trust myself. Are you ready to move through your wounds, your tragedies, your traumas, so on the other end, you can meet a version of you that just lights you up inside? Because I was so grateful that I did in that moment, in that time. And I continue to do that. And that's part of the reason why I'm here today speaking to you, because it was a very valuable lesson. So the question that it says is, how can you let life crack you open? This is a very different way of looking at life. When you embrace your tragedies, when you embrace them as a learning opportunity, a lesson to know you, and give yourself the time and space to do so, it's a beautiful thing. So this is a daily reset. Just reflect and see, look at the things that you're running away from. Look at the things that scare you. Look at the things that you don't want to think about, that you avoid at all cost. This is the way to let the light in and meet yourself, your true essence. And on that note, it's just a magical thing, especially at Christmas, to give yourself the gift of knowing yourself. Light, love, and gratitude. Kinsey Shae.